You've heard Blake Lively cry about a 2-day digital smear campaign that supposedly destroyed her reputation, right? She and Ryan Reynolds want you to believe Justin Baldoni hired a shadowy PR hit squad to bury her online in just 48 hours. But here's what they don't want you to see. In newly unsealed court documents and deposition transcripts, the so-called digital mastermind at the center of this plot, Jed Wallace, basically admits he couldn't do any of it. Under oath, Jed says he has no team, no ability to manipulate algorithms, and no forensic unit. Yet in emails to clients, he bragged about his forensic team building a report and elevating content across platforms. In reality, he now admits that wasn't true. He calls it puffery. That's not puffery, that's lying to paying clients. It gets worse. Internal messages from TAG PR boss Melissa Nathan revealed that by August 7th, they already knew it was too late to launch any real social media campaign before the movie's release. They literally wrote that the plan would not be effective, yet they still sold it and still took the money. So ask yourself, if Jed Wallace admits he can't run a digital smear operation and the PR team admits it was too late to do anything major online, where exactly is Blake Lively's proof of this giant secret campaign? Because right now, the evidence doesn't show a smear campaign against Blake. It shows Justin Baldoni getting ripped off, and Blake twisting that into a victim story to weaponize in court and in the press. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds didn't just make up a victim story. They sold it hard. They told the world Justin secretly attacked Blake online using untraceable digital tactics and blamed him for every negative headline, every tweet, every Reddit thread, every eye roll the internet ever gave her. But the documents reveal the truth. TAG, the crisis PR firm Blake claims Justin used as a weapon, wasn't attacking Blake. They were putting out fires that Blake herself started. Their emails show they focused on stopping Blake's own bad press from spreading, calming reporters, keeping Justin from saying anything negative about her, prepping him for interviews like The Today Show, handling leaks coming from Blake's camp, and trying to kill negative social pieces when possible, not spread them. Meanwhile, staff messages revealed they were mocking Blake and her drama behind the scenes. They knew her behavior was the real problem. And Blake knew it too. So instead of facing consequences, she created the perfect villain. Justin Baldoni, the abuser, herself, the brave woman standing up, and Ryan Reynolds, the protective husband playing hero. A Hollywood fairy tale, only the monster never existed. There was no digital sabotage. There was no smear campaign. There was only Blake Lively's fear that the world finally saw the real her. And then things got spicy. While Blake was scrambling to save her image and demanding others take the blame, Justin Baldoni's wife, Emily, stepped in. And she didn't do it quietly. She roared. Newly released text messages show Blake tried to force Justin to sign a public apology she had written, an apology that would make him take responsibility for her own mess and claim all backlash against her was his fault. A full manipulation trap. Emily's response? F no. She made this bed. Now she can lie in it. Let's fight. Justin replied, well, you heard her. Let's fight. No letter. That's a partner. That's a warrior. Emily saw through Blake's plan instantly. If Justin had signed that statement, Blake could claim he admitted wrongdoing, pressure the studio to strip his creative control, and play the poor victim while he took the fall. It was a career assassination disguised as an apology. But Emily stood between her husband and Hollywood's fake royalty, and she wasn't scared. Even people who initially supported Blake now admit that letter was creepy, controlling, and a sea of red flags. Let's be honest, Blake Lively doesn't do anything without Ryan Reynolds backing her up. When this scandal exploded, the two of them acted like Hollywood's Bonnie and Clyde, only instead of robbing banks, they were trying to steal Justin Baldoni's reputation. Internal messages show Justin's team referred to Blake and Ryan as the terrorists, because every move they made was sabotage. Blake claimed she was being digitally hunted, blamed Justin for organic backlash, tried to force him into a confession letter she wrote, and demanded his public humiliation on command. Ryan helped push the false smear narrative, pressured the studio behind the scenes, and stoked media fear to protect Blake's image. They insisted all the online negativity was part of an evil plan against Blake. But the truth is, people were already angry at her because of her own behavior. Rude to crew, controlling on set, ego out of control. Blake and Ryan refused accountability. Instead, they crafted a villain out of a man just trying to release a movie without being dragged into Blake's drama vortex. This wasn't a smear campaign against Blake. This was a smear campaign by Blake, and Ryan was her weapon. And now their entire narrative is collapsing. Justin Baldoni didn't mastermind a smear campaign. He didn't weaponize PR firms. He didn't unleash trolls on Blake Lively. What actually happened is far more embarrassing for Blake. Wayfarer Studios paid up to $30,000 a month for digital crisis services that never existed. Jed Wallace, Blake's star witness, testified he had no tools, no team, and no tech to do the things she accuses Justin of. Let's call it what it is: a fake scandal built on fake services sold to fix a fake problem. Tag and Jed took the money, Justin got none of the help he was promised, and Blake still blamed him for everything. If anyone was the victim here, it was Justin, overcharged, underprotected, and thrown under the Blake and Ryan blame bus. Because Blake needed a story that made her the wounded princess, she turned those lies into a legal weapon against him. But here's the plot twist. The documents show zero evidence of a digital takedown. No mass deletions, no algorithm manipulation, nothing. It's a house of cards, and in court, that house is falling. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds tried to destroy Justin Baldoni. Instead, they may have destroyed their own credibility. The real smear campaign came from the Lively Reynolds camp all along, and this time the internet isn't buying their act. This drama is heading to a full courtroom showdown in 2026. Blake is still clinging to the story that Justin destroyed her online and thinks a jury will buy it. But Justin is walking in with deposition admissions from Jed Wallace, tag messages admitting the social plan was too late, proof the backlash was organic, and texts showing Blake tried to force a false public confession. People are switching sides fast. Blake and Ryan tried to build a victim narrative to protect their Hollywood image. They lied. They manipulated. They tried to crush another filmmaker to stay on top. Justin stayed silent for months, letting the legal facts speak, and his biggest defender, Emily Baldoni, refuses to let Hollywood bullies rewrite history. This trial won't just decide who wins legally, it will expose who Blake Lively really is behind the gowns and camera smiles. A woman willing to set up a coworker, blame him for her own failures, and destroy his career to save her ego. Justice is coming, and Blake can't charm her way out of sworn evidence. When this goes to court, the world will finally see Justin Baldoni wasn't the villain. He was the target of a Hollywood hit job, and Blake Lively pulled the trigger. Her empire is cracking, his integrity is rising, and this time, the internet is on his side. If you want more shocking updates as this case explodes, comment "Justice for Justin," hit follow, and share this before Blake's PR team tries to bury it. Because the truth is finally winning, and we're just getting started.